911, what's your emergency?
Una camioneta quiso cruzar las vías. Y el tren, ay, Dios mío.
Señora, ¿me estás diciendo que un tren le pegó a una camioneta?
Sí, yo pensé que alcanzaría a cruzar. Ellos iban rápido, creo, y después... Ay, Dios mío, qué horror.
No puedes saber a qué velocidad viene un tren. Por eso están los señalamientos de advertencia. Obedécelos. Alto. El tren no para.
Mensaje de Netza.
Reynolds Sports Desk, your 950 KJR Sports Headlines.
All right, boys and girls, here we go. Headlines on a gorgeous Tuesday afternoon from Hollywood, California. Pac-12 Football Media Day. Update, of course, brought to you on Softy and Dick by our friends at VenueKings.com.
No cheating, no money. No cheating, no money.
Been a while since you heard that clip, huh? Right. Mariners, by the way, down 7-0 in the fourth inning yesterday. Come back to win 11-8. Dylan Moore, the go-ahead grand slam in the bottom of the eighth inning. The M's now one game back on a wild card race with the A's. They are now 55-46. Darren McCacken last night, 4 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, but the bullpen saves the day. 5 innings of work, 1 run allowed. The M's back at it tonight, Game 2 against the Astros. Chris Flexen on the mound for the Mariners.
Seahawks reporting to camp today. Practice begins tomorrow. Those that reported include Jamal Adams, who was at the meeting.
Speaking of that, Aaron Rodgers, by the way, has officially showed up in Green Bay, reported for Packer training camp. In response, the Packers have told quarterback Blake Bortles, your services are no longer needed, and he was released today by Green Bay.
Simone Biles pulling out of the Olympic team competition, citing mental health struggles following a fall on the vault. USA went on to finish second in the team. No word on if she will participate yet in the individual events.
And the Kraken making a move, trading defenseman Curtis McDermott, who they picked up in the expansion draft last week, to the Avalanche for a 4th-round draft pick in the 2023 NHL draft.
And cap star Alex Ovechkin has signed a 5-year, $47.5 million deal to stay in Washington.
And college foosball, Oklahoma, Texas, no surprise, formally notifying the SEC of their intent to leave the Big 12 and join the Southeastern Conference in 2025.
And here we go. Snap to Tate, all kinds of pressure. He gets swallowed up. Coming to you live from Los Angeles, your home for the Huskies presents exclusive coverage of Pac-12 Media Day with special thanks to Burien Toyota. Now here's Softy and Dick on Seattle Sports Radio 950. Touchdown Huskies! KJR.
All right, boys and girls, here we go. It's been 2 years since we've had the pleasure of sitting here at Pac-12 Football Media Day, and I'll be honest with you, normally this time of day when we go on the air, there's not a lot going on. Most is already kind of broken up, and the coaches and players are back on their way home. We got a couple of stragglers, some live guests coming by, but full disclosure, because we're just a couple of honest guys. Dick and I have been sitting here since 8 o'clock in the morning, banging out a bunch of interviews, talking to a bunch of people. We're going to have some Huskies on live in a matter of seconds. Jackson Kirkland will join us from the UW offensive line in a couple of minutes, but lots of activity, man. Our first chance, Dick, coming up to hear from George Kliavkoff, the commissioner for the Pac-12. We're going to hear from David Shaw. We're going to hear from Jimmy Lake. Jen Cohen's going to swing by, and I know we use the word normalcy a lot in the last year and a half, but this really kind of does feel like 2019 all over again. This is exactly what we're used to, and I freaking love it.
Yeah, and it's got a big-time LA feel to it because in the past, we were just in a convention center.
Yep.
I mean, that could have been in any city in the world, and you wouldn't have known. And now, instead, we're on the 12th floor rooftop of the W Hotel. I got the Capitol Records building to my left. Over here, 20 degrees, I got the Hollywood sign. We got a sweeping view of the Los Angeles Valley, and, we got the pool and the bar outside. It does have a Southern California feel to it.
No, it certainly does. And look, man, it's not the greatest timing, obviously, because of what happened last night with the baseball game. We're flying down here following the game. I was getting a text from a buddy of mine. I have no idea how this was even possible, but I'm getting a text from a buddy of mine who's at the game last night. For some reason, he was the only guy that I could get a hold of telling me, this is crazy, you're missing this thing. They just took the lead, and J.P. Crawford just got plunked, and Dylan Moore hit a grand slam. I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
the freaking timing to jump on a bird and get on down here. They had to do this on a Tuesday. Normally it's on a Wednesday and a Thursday. It's a 2-day event, and the one freaking window where you and I are on a freaking plane coming to L.A. is the one time the Mariners decide to come back from 7-0.
Well,
unbelievable.
You know who else?
We missed it all.
You know who else is ticked off?
Right.
It was ticked off at the people that this happened to happen on a Monday where only 15,000 of us were in the building. I mean, what if it would have happened 2 days before on a Saturday and you could have had 25,000, 30,000 people? But I'm wondering, if that game last night jump-starts Mariner Nation.
I hope so.
You know what,
Yeah.
Mariner Nation, I don't feel like it's been jump-started. I think there's been intrigue in this team. I think the jokes that we normally hear in July aren't there. But I don't think the city's on the Mariner wagon yet. It hasn't shown in the attendance figures.
No.
So maybe that is the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it took till September of 1995 to get the people the wagon. Maybe it'll come a little bit earlier this year, and those are the type of games that do it.
Yeah, I'm not with you on that wagon at all. I mean, it's fine. You and I are just on a different wavelength as far as the attendance at the baseball game. We're coming out of a pandemic. People are still freaked out to go outside. I think it's a major factor. They had 30,000 on the weekend for the freaking A's game. Maybe it was because they had a hat giveaway. I got no idea. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Well, you could just contradicted yourself because you said they had 30,000, but then they're freaked out to go to the game.
Yeah, because they were giving away hats. They were giving away. It was a Saturday afternoon. I mean, Dick, you're rolling your eyes. I mean, your takeaway from last night is the fact that there weren't enough people there. Are you kidding me?
I'm saying
because you've been slamming the fan base all year long for not getting to T-Mobile Park. Where's the fans? Where's the fans? What the hell have they done to draw fans? They haven't won a damn thing in 20 years. This takes time to get fans back on the wagon.
That wasn't my point at all.
Well, then what's your point?
My point was maybe that's something that will jumpstart the fan base into truly thinking this team's a playoff team. That was my point.
Well, that's not what I heard you say. I heard you say the numbers don't reflect it.
Well, I said it was disappointing it happened on a day where there was only 15,000 fans.
I get, and I will admit that maybe I'm being overly sensitive here. I get sick and tired of people picking on the Mariner fan base. I get sick and tired of it.
I don't think I'm picking on them.
There is no fan base in baseball that has been kicked in the face more than this fan base. And the fact that they still are able to come out and average a decent middle-of-the-road attendance number every single year, despite the dreck that's been thrown their way for the past 2 decades, I hate it. I hate that people pick on the M's and the fans and say, where were you? How come you're not coming out to support the baseball team? I mean, look, dude, they're a game out of a wild card spot in late July. In the grand scheme of things, so what? It doesn't mean a damn thing. Do it in late September. Hell, be in the playoffs in October. They may even make the playoffs, and fans may not jump on the wagon because of how scarred they've been for the past 20 years. So if you're telling me that your point is you're hoping the game was on a Saturday or a Friday night or maybe even during a giveaway like they had Saturday, fine, I can totally go with you on that. But I'm not here to have people start criticizing this fan base for not showing up. Not on a Monday night against a team that's been kicking your ass, coming out of a pandemic, for a team that in the grand scheme hasn't done jack squat in 20 years.
No, I was just following your line was that you missed out and the timing was bad.
We did miss out.
And so therefore I jumped on, the timing was also bad because it was on a Monday night and there was only half the crowd there.
We missed out.
And then you took it into this whole slamming the Mariner Nation thing, which that was not my intent at all.
Well, that's the way I took it. So I think you and I need to hug it out. That's what we got to do. We got to go get a beer or something because
we've been here for 7 hours.
Well, you know what? It's not even that. It's just the fact that I just, and I hear it from other people as well. I'm not saying you or indirectly you or directly you. Other people like to slam this Mariner fan base, and you know what? They're lucky to even have a damn ass in a seat at that ballpark for what they've done the last 20 years. They are lucky that people are this passionate about this baseball team. Social media was going bonkers last night over that game. And I'm irritated that we didn't see the damn thing because we're stuck on a freaking plane, but that was incredible. Here's what we're going to do. Actually, do we have time for this now or should we save this for later in the show? We got the Astros call of Dylan Moore's grand slam last night. You want to save that, Jackson, for later in the hour? Okay, so you heard Aaron Goldsmith's call by now. Everybody's heard Aaron Goldsmith's call. Somebody jumped on Twitter and said we got to hear a recap of the Astros radio from Dylan Moore's grand slam. So first of all, let's listen to Aaron Goldsmith, okay, if we can do that. Root Sports, last night, Dylan Moore, 8th inning, down 8-7. Here's the bomb.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. This is on its way! Grand slam!
Wow. Okay. Seems okay.
Decent.
Serviceable.
Voice
not
cracked,
terrible.
but pretty good.
Yeah, voice cracked. He's only 11 years old,
That's
so give
true.
him a break.
We'll give him a break.
How about the Astros TV call of that home run last night? Check this out.
While Raley was on the injured list, he and his wife welcomed in their first baby boy. Congrats to them. They have 3 little girls and now a boy. Big spot for Raley here. 1-2 pitch is crushed and deep, and that's a slam. Upper deck grand slam. Dylan Moore.
So he's talking about the
Babies
guy just
and-
had a baby. There's a big spot for him. Well, welcome to the world, kid. Here's your pops giving up a grand slam to blow a 7-0 lead. Look, you're right. Maybe it was a seminal moment for this baseball team. I just know this, that we had this conversation 2018-19, whatever year it was when they won 80-plus games. I can't remember now. It's been so damn long. These guys aren't supposed to be this good. Their run differential is, minus 55, whatever it is right now. They're not supposed to be this good. They're not supposed to be a game out of a wild card spot. But guess what? It doesn't matter because they think they're good. This team thinks they're good. They're supposed to suck, and they don't think they suck, and that's powerful.
It is, and part of the run differential thing I don't really buy into, especially in this new era of normally, now last night was an exception because they got down so early, but once teams get down 5, 6, 7 runs in the 6th, 7th innings, you see a lot of relievers that don't belong in Major League Baseball. You see left fielders pitching. You see games way more frequently go 18-1, 19-1. You'd see that like once a year 10 years ago. Now you're seeing it once a week. There was a 20-1 game the other day. And so that really skews the run differential. No, they shouldn't have the record that they have right now. But there's something special about that guy, this team. And you even mentioned it. You're sitting on the plane following your buddy's text, and you kind of nudged me and said, it's 7-3 now. And my response to you was not what it would normally be, which was, big deal, right? That would be my normal Mariner fan response.
Right.
Big deal, 7-3. What did I say? I said, if they come back from this one, then there's something really special about this team because they've been doing it all year, and this would be the most dramatic one against the best team that they've faced.
That was awesome. It was fun to watch, man. Just watching the highlights and hearing all the calls of Riz and Goldsmith, the Astros call right there, and again, this is starting to turn into something special. I think you got a couple of guys in Flexen, comeback player of the year. Mitch Haniger, obviously, for team MVP. You got a couple of guys in Service and Dipoto that deserve some recognition as well. So let's keep it going. But we are here in L.A. for Pac-12 Football Media Day. Where do you say we get things kicked off right now? With a member of the Dogs offensive line. He's a guy who's going to be potentially one of the top picks in the NFL draft in a year from now. His dad played at UW, and now he's going to be blowing open holes for Richard Newton, Cam Davis, and Sean McGrew and company protecting Dylan Morris. Jackson Kirkland is with us as we are live from Pac-12 Media Day, courtesy of our friends at Burien Toyota. How are you, man? Thanks for stopping by.
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Great. We are doing awesome, man. This is fun. It's been 2 years since we've done this.
Right.
It's your first opportunity to get down here and talk to all the members of the media, but a lot of accolades, man, are getting tossed your way. What do you make of all the hype surrounding the left tackle for the Dogs?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I've worked so hard my past 4 years at UW, and it's finally cool to see some stuff like that coming in, but also at the same time, I don't spend too much time going crazy with them because it's, I got to prove it this fall, and that can be easy to get wrapped up in your head. But, I just focus on my play, and that stuff will come too.
Obviously, a bizarre season last year. What did you get out of a 4-game season individually, and what did your team get out of it?
Yeah, it was great because, it was 4 games. It honestly felt like a full season just because of everything surrounding 2020. But, I think we found out the identity of our team, and I think, all of Husky Nation and fans got to see the real talent we have on the roster, and you saw games like Arizona, Utah when we could really put it on and everything's clicking. I mean, I don't think anyone could stop us. So I found out that this is a tough team and we can respond from adversity for sure.
Well, Jackson Kirkland's with us. How much does the sour taste of the way that 4-game season ended kind of sit in the back of your head? I mean, not just losing the last game, but can't play the Oregon game. They're talking all kinds of smack that you guys were ducking them, which obviously was ridiculous. You can't play in the Pac-12 championship. You can't go to a bowl game. Did you take any of that kind of frustration with you? Looks like you did.
Yeah, I for sure did. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. I definitely took a lot of that frustration. It was definitely motivating too. I was more happy just what we did in our 4 games. I know the Stanford game, if we had another chance, we could come back late there. But yeah, that was frustrating just because I'm sitting quarantined in a room and seeing all that go down. But but I was like, you know what? 2021, it's our year, and it's launched us through this whole offseason. We're ready to go. We're hungrier than ever.
With all this spread and air raid crap going on in college football, how nice is it for you? And you kind of giggled there when I said, how nice is it for you to play on a football team that just wants to stick knuckles in somebody's face and smash them 4 or 5 yards at a time with big old burly running backs.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I played football to hit people and bury people, and I can't do that when the guys are back there just throwing all day. So it's very fun to have the offense we have, downhill rushing attack. It's a game of football. That's the reason why we're wearing pads and helmets. I mean, we're out there to get after people, set the tone. So, yeah, we couldn't have a greater offense for that.
Jackson Kirkland's with us, so when you're not playing football and you can't hit people, what do you do to take out that aggression? You got a punching bag at home? You got a dummy?
I'll hit the punching bag sometimes. Maybe my dad I'll do some sets on him. Not that I'll punch him, but I'll do, some football stuff on him. But, off the field, I don't have much aggression. I can flip the switch. So I'm just, a laid-back guy. I consider myself fairly funny. I like hanging out with my friends and stuff, teammates. So, But, I'll flip the switch and get on the field, and I'll freaking die for the purple and gold.
Well, we've had that conversation about Jackson versus Dean, son versus dad, student versus master, in the past. And you claimed on the show about a year ago that you could take him right now.
Yeah, and I'm still staking that claim. I'm still sticking with it. Maybe we'll get a showdown on boxing. You see all these influencers now getting boxing events. Maybe my dad and I will.
It's a hell of an idea. I mean, if we can
promote it.
Logan Paul and Nate Robinson in the ring together, we can get Jackson Kirkland versus Dean Kirkland.
We can we can be the prelim or something for
and
that.
we can pay you now for it.
Exactly. There you go.
Well, you're getting better, and he's getting older, right? I mean, that's how, because we're your dad, closer to your dad's age, and we know how that is. Well, speaking about getting paid right now, so what's what do you got on the NIL front, man? You making some phone calls? You throwing some tweets out? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not going too crazy with it. First of all, I think NIL is a great opportunity. I think it's long overdue, but I kind of saw it as a little bit of a distraction just because I'm trying to focus on having a great year. I did, I have reached out to a couple guys that gave me some merchandise, some hats, or some little energy drinks or something. Nothing wrong with getting free stuff. I would love to do that wherever I can, but I'm kind of just focusing on my platform, and the only way you build that is through your play, and that's guys forget that, and they'll want to just focus on all the outside stuff, but it's like, don't forget what we're here to do, and I really think, my goal is the NFL, and, what bigger platform for all money and all that kind of stuff, so I kind of see I'll just, let my play do the talk, and, that stuff will come when you elevate your play.
Yeah, Trent's got some kind of video game deal or whatever.
Cool deal, connecting with the fans.
It doesn't sound like there's a ton of guys, though, on the team that are in a big hurry to go out and sign deals and find endorsements.
Yeah, and the thing about that is you see SEC schools and stuff where the guys are just getting 6-7 figures, absurd amounts, and I'll say those are rare cases because it's not like people just want to give you money just up front like that. I mean, it's just super rare cases like being quarterback or something, but I don't think guys are too involved in that just because there's still a lot to learn about this, and UW's done a great job of coaching us up on us and building our platforms, but I just think we're kind of treading lightly, and we'll just we're focused on having a great year, first of all, and just kind of that stuff will settle itself out.
Well, you come to a school like Washington to play in big-time national spotlight games, and you got that on September the 11th.
Oh, yeah.
Have you had any dreams about what the big house is going to look like coming through the tunnel and playing against those guys with those famous helmets?
Yeah, I have. I mean, what better game between two historic programs being UW and Michigan, especially Michigan's such a huge brand and a lot that's gone through there, just like UW. So, yeah, I couldn't be more excited to play at a place like the Big House, too, with full capacity.
Jackson Kirkland's with us. Put your sports talk radio host hat on for a second, which hopefully you'll never have to put that hat on.
He's going to make a lot more money.
Hey, I would love to at the end of the day.
That's fine. Stuff. Maybe after a 15-year Hall of Fame
career in the NFL,
you can do something like
that.
We'll
probably still be here so you can
really
join
good.
the show.
And after the boxing match.
Exactly. What would you be saying about this football team if you were sitting in our shoes? What would be the strengths, and what would be an area of the football team where you would say, you know what, we just don't know, and we got to kind of find out in September? How would you analyze this team if you were us?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest strength is talent across the board. I mean, we're deep at a lot of positions, and me being biased on my offensive line, I think that's the strength of the team and really the offense, just because, the game is one of the trenches, and we set the tone for everyone. We have talent all around the board, wide receiver, DB, running backs, D-line, linebackers. I just think when we really reach that talent and uplive it, I think it's, huge things are in store for us. But just weakness-wise, I think, it's still a young team, so when that real adversity on a real year responds, that's when you really find out, who the real ones are. So, I think we're tough as nails, and I'm just excited to see because I know we'll respond the right way. So just the lack of I guess, veterans at certain spots. But, I mean, those guys, though, are still seasoned pretty well.
I don't think Husky fans are scared of the quarterback position. I think they just kind of don't know what to expect from the quarterback position because they've only seen 4 games of Dylan. They haven't seen any games of Patrick O'Brien. So how would you maybe ease their fears a little bit on what you've seen behind the scenes?
Yeah, I think Dylan Morris is the guy. You wouldn't find a smarter X's and O's quarterback and a real leader, too. And I think he proved that all to us. I mean, that 2-minute drill against Utah at the end there. I mean, that's where you find out who real quarterbacks are. And I think he handled that situation greatly. So, yeah, Dylan Morris, he's a true grinder. Just hammers home the X's and O's. You won't find anyone who knows the offense well. We rally around him.
Jackson Kirkland, great stuff. And the next time we talk to you is going to be on campus. Fall camp starts in a couple weeks on the 6th of August.
Yes,
so
sir.
Go get him. And need any help with deals, let us know. I got a pile of cash waiting for you, pal. So we just got to run this through compliance first. So we'll talk down the road, man.
All right, sounds good.
I almost want to just give the guy like $20 just to say I've done it. Just cross it off the bucket list. It's legal. Give him $20. Have him do an ID for the radio station, and just to say that you've done it, man.
You should have seen him, Jackson, today. He was offering kids money the whole
I was
morning.
not. That's a lie.
Ridiculous.
He's fibbing. He's not being honest. All right, we're going to break. A lot more to get to. Jackson Kirkland, big thanks to him for swinging by the radio show. You want to hear from the head coach of the Cougars?
Yes.
You want to hear Nick Rolovich? You want to
do.
hear Nick Rolovich rant and rave and address the media today regarding his situation at Washington
Squirm
State?
and weasel.
Our first chance to hear the voice of Nick Rolovich since his proclamation that he will not be getting no shot. No way, no how. Hear from the head coach of the Cougars next on 950 KG.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
My dad used to say that.
Sure, yeah. It's from Geico.
Yeah, whenever I would ask my dad for life advice, he'd sit me down and say, son, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. And look at me now, a well-adjusted adult with a drawer full of plastic bags I'll never use.
Okay, I'm confused. Was your dad a licensed Geico agent?
Nah. He was just a real good dad.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.